Sumaila is serving 3 years at the Senior Correctional Center. What was his crime? Armed robbery. Got into armed robbery at his age because of peer pressure. Through armed robbery, he got a lot of work. But at the end of the day, he nearly got killed. He has decided to become the face of salvation by giving us security tips that would enable us to be careful in our shops, in our stores, in our homes and workplaces. So what happened? Unlawful entry. You are now serving 3 years. It must be a very distasteful experience for you. What happened?
I was at home house when a friend called me on phone and he told me he have seen a container at a Bremanfi. But that container, they used to sell these phones and all sorts of things inside. So he would like me to join him for us to go and break the container. So I went to my friends at they live at Asham.
And then you accepted that?
Yeah, I accepted
Why
that.
did you accept that? Your friend is inviting you to evil. It's inviting you to something that could put your life in danger. You could be killed, you could be arrested. There are so many negative options. Did you weigh the options before accepting it?
No, actually, I did not weigh the options.
Why? Why didn't you weigh the options?
Because it was something that I regularly does it when I was
something that you regularly do. So quickly, we will continue with how you got to your friend.
Yeah.
But something that you regularly do. Why do you do that regularly? Is it because you don't have parents to take care of you? Is it because of peer pressure, influence of friends? What pushed you into, that action in the first place?
Actually, I have a very caring parents who really cares about me. But the only thing is that whenever
they provide all your needs.
Yeah, in terms of education, everything. The money too and the things I used to get from those things to really encourage me much a lot to do that.
But it's true. But then you said that your parents were taking very good care of you. They were giving you money. They were giving you everything, clothing. Took very good care of you, just as any responsible parents will do. You were not hungry. So why did you have to look for more outside through illegal means?
And also, I just want to be on my own, because even at home I was provided with all sorts of things that I need, but greediness also is among. Even if I tell my parents, they can afford it for me, but I just want to pass the other way to get it on my own.
Within you, people were doing it. They were going scot-free. Did that also influence you in a way?
Yeah, because if I see people doing that, I also, at times the things that they brings out makes me it attracts me to fall into such things.
How many break-ins did you do before you were eventually arrested? Can you give us an idea?
Actually, I can't give the normal figure of breakthroughs we have been. But for me to maybe give an example, it will be about 20.
To be about 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Which areas were you operating? Basically, was it in Accra?
No, we don't do it in Accra. We always travel, maybe Eastern region.
No, but you are in Accra.
Yeah,
that's where you live with your parents.
Yeah.
But then you didn't operate in Accra.
Yeah.
So what are some of the regions that you operated?
We normally operate at Eastern region, Ashanti region, and other part of Ghana.
Yeah, definitely there are locks. Let's just use this lock as an example. There are locks. How are you able? You are young. How old are you?
I'm 18 years
old. You are 18.
old.
How old were you then?
I was about 17.
16,
17, yeah.
How did you do it?
We normally use cutters and all sorts of things, because at times these locks, as you just saw, we can even use a cutter on it, which can break it easily for us.
The cutter can break it easily. How is it done? Is it by cutting it regularly?
No.
Because it makes noise if you decide to cut it.
The cutter is like a plier, but it is even bigger than a plier. So we just hold it. Other person here, the other one at the other side, then we just press onto it.
And then it
just
breaks.
Yeah.
Now, before we go to other areas of operation, how you did it and so on and so forth, for the public to be careful. in the course of breaking it, didn't you fear that you could be arrested? You know, people could, chance on you and then beat you. You know, we have a lot of armed robbers being, killed, on a daily basis. Didn't that occur to you, 16, 17-year-old boy?
It really occurs to me, but for the operation, you have been doing it on raining days.
When it is raining.
Rains. So the only thing is that as it is on a raining day, even if maybe someone hears the noise, he may think maybe it is an object which has just fallen.
Which has just fallen.
Yeah.
So, no, are you saying that it is only rainy days? Doesn't mean that when it doesn't rain, there's no operation? Because
yeah,
I'm not sure it was only rainy days.
Yeah, it is not only raining days.
Okay, now, so let's look at the other days when it wasn't raining. The fear factor. That is what, because I'm asking you this because, I'm asking you this because you are young, 16, 17, so naturally you would want to run away. Such things are scary. Didn't that scare you, or were you under the influence of drugs?
For the influence of drugs, I'm under, but it is only weed that I used.
You never. Are you sure you never took cocaine?
No.
Right.
For the fear, as you said, fear always grips me. But before we go to an operation, you have to take in some weeds and all sorts of things. That will clear away the fears that have gripped you.
The weed clears away the fear.
Fears,
it gives you that kind of motivation.
Yeah.
To go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, apart from mobile phone shops, you've told us how the locks are broken. You said you use cutters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cutters to cut both sides, and then it involves two people. One cutting one side, the other cutting the other side. Apart from locks, what other ways, were you able to enter such sealed places?
And also, we used to enter containers, even if we don't have the cutters. At times, some containers, they use these TNGs for their roofing, and also, so we just break into the TNG.
How do you break into the TNG? Because the container has a ceiling.
A ceiling. At times too, they used to raise the ceiling up, maybe for the roof, the the roofing sheet itself to be at the top, and the TNG under. So at times there's maybe some small hole or maybe a space that maybe if you can enter. So if you are able to enter with maybe your chest, they will just break onto the TNG and enter.
Yeah. How do you break into the TNG?
Because the TNG maybe it is arranged. So you just use a flat screwdriver to just.
So whilst you are up there,
yeah,
with your chest, you also have a screwdriver
on you.
On you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Once again, when you are doing it, I'm not sure it was always, rainy days.
Rainy days, yeah.
Let's look at your group. Do you have hardened criminals? Those who have been doing it for so long and as such, do not fear?
Yeah, we do have one who was our boss.
Was your boss?
Yeah.
Was he involved in the operation?
Yeah. But for him, at times, he did not go with us. He would just go in search of the operation. He would come, give us the guidelines to go, give us the money, the fare, everything to go.
How many were you? The guys? Were you all the young guys?
Yeah, we were all young guys.
Can you give us the age range?
One was about 13 years.
13 years?
Yeah. And the other 16 and another 17, as I am.
All right. Now, so he will give you the money and all that for you to go. Yeah. So if you go and then you get the booty, how was it shared? Your boss is there in the house waiting.
Yeah. We have a term say maybe the one who enters get much share.
The one who enters gets much share.
If we come back and we are succeeded, if we only ask who was the first person to enter. So you the first person who entered, you are going to get a lion's share from the things before.
Right now, with that knowledge that the one who enters gets the the bigger share.
Bigger share.
Where there always scramble to get him first, so that you get the booty, or
no,
it was arranged.
It's arranged.
You knew the one.
Maybe
who was
today,
going to.
if this one gets in, the next day the other person. But it goes to some time.
Now let's go back to the issue of containers. What do you think could be done to prevent armed robbers from breaking into some of these containers?
Maybe Eastern region like this, we did it there so many times. So they also adopted a strategy that maybe even
who adopted what strategy?
No, some of the container owners at Eastern Region adopted a strategy. Even if they, after molding the container, they used to put these electrical dangers on it. So even when you touch it, you have a shock. Or
really?
even if you use the cutter on it, you have a shock by it.
So are you trying to say that because of your activities, there were some shop owners, container shop owners, who had to attach some sort of electrical equipment to the
container?
No, is it to the container or
to the container
padlock?
itself? To the container itself. Yeah, we operated on a container at Koforidua Fijasi. The following month, we went to the same container. As on the operation, we realized that the container is electrocuted, so we just quickly stopped to add something small to the container. Those who have been using the TNGs too, they have to avoid them, because the TNGs are not much strong to maybe cover up for them. So they have to stop using the TNGs too.
What do you think they should use?
Maybe using a metal to cover up everything before the roof, and the roof too must not go high. It's meant to be on the container.
Okay, the roof should be on the container, so that no space. There shouldn't be any space under the container for any human being, to be able to penetrate.
Object,
or objects.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it should be very tight.
Very tight.
Now, apart from containers and shops, did you also break into houses? Because how was it done?
Houses like this, maybe those houses that have glass gates and all that. The glass gates, you see, at times, even if you lock it, if you push it, it nearly goes. So if you have maybe a flat screwdriver, at the moment you penetrate through it and opens, it will open.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you do it?
Even though if you use this glass gates, you must use another maybe metal for a cover up.
Okay. So if you have a glass gate, that shouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
There should be a metal
cover
door or a metal gate at the back of the glass.
At the back, not even outside where a person can touch. Inside.
Yeah. That's another security tip for viewers. Those with burglar proofs who think that the burglar proof is enough to serve as a ward off. Our brother here is telling us that the space should be very, very tight. Now back to the shops or the stores. What again can you tell us? How did you do it?
If the operation, we would not like to do it immediately. At times we have been using this acid and all sorts of things.
Acid?
Yeah.
How do you administer the
acid? The acid process is that you just find a place that you know that this place, if I pour it there, the container owner will not realize it. Maybe at the back of the container, at a corner of the container. So you just pour it there today. Tomorrow you come and pour another one. You'll be pouring it on it till it gets rusted. Armed robbers per se, what really scares us is that we per se, we can't say maybe we are not afraid of anybody. We are afraid, but the only thing is that you may see the person, and maybe the person for the maybe attack, he will be on you, will even scare you. But you even see a person and the person himself or herself is afraid of you. That will give you the upper hand on that person. But if really you have the upper hand on the armed robber, whether he has a weapon, you have a fear grips in him.
But others also say that if you try attacking the armed robber may, out of desperation, also shoot you.
Yeah. But all I want to say about what you just said is that armed robbers who maybe kill is about maybe the medicine or the things that they have been using. Some people, maybe before you go on an operation, you have some things that maybe some juju and things that you'll be doing before. So on that operation, on that course, if something happens, he's not in his rear being anymore. He's controlled. He's controlled. So he will just do something to avoid maybe arrest. Even if you kill, you don't mind to kill.
So did you use some of these, you resort to some of these medicines, juju, and so on and so forth, as a means of, form of protection? Because we are told that most of you use juju, this medicine.
But I used to use some. maybe I'm about to go on an operation. There will
Still
be
an operation.
Yeah.
An armed robbery operation.
And maybe there will be an arrest. It clicks me something in my inner being.
Something tells you that you could be arrested.
No, this operation.
So you believe the juju was working for you?
Yeah, I believe it.
But you were eventually arrested. Where was the juju? Is the juju then beneficial?
No.
Have you ever killed in the course of robbing?
No.
Have you ever maimed somebody, used a cutlass?
Yeah, but even that one, it was my boss who taught me.
How did it?
Because
how was it like?
We went on an operation. I quickly remembered it. I took a knife and I just told the woman, if you joke with me, I'll stab you with the knife, and I just put it down. So after we came back from the operation, my boss took the knife and he also marked me with the knife.
He marked you with the knife?
Yeah, that's the mark. The only thing he told me is that he said maybe I have not used it on her, but maybe if she should have taken it, she would use it.
She should have killed.
Yeah.
He could have, killed you with it.
Yeah.
So next time
I shouldn't.
You have to stab the woman.
As it comes in mind, I have to do. I should do it. So
that's what your boss told you.
Yeah. So on an operation whereby a man was struggling with us, and I also stabbed him with a knife.
So you stabbed the man?
Yeah.
And no, that is after your boss had advised
me on that.
On that. So this time the man was struggling with you. What kind of operation was that?
We break into his room.
At night?
Yeah, at night. He was sleeping with his wife and 2 children, 1 boy, 1 girl. So we took everything as we were coming out, and the man woke up from sleep. So one of our mates, our gang mates were in there. So we heard them struggling. So we went in for him, and I removed the knife and I stabbed him. So I quickly...
You stabbed him?
Yeah. So as I stabbed him, he left the guy and we all ran away.
So was the stab been deep?
Yeah.
So you don't know whether the man died or not?
He did not die.
How do you know he did not die?
Because for me, instance, at times if we do go on an operation and we succeed, I used to go back to the society to verify how things are going on there.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
As I was not arrested, and none of the area members saw me, so I'll just go there dressed different. Maybe daytime like this, I'll go there walking around to even.
Okay.
So if I see how things are going on, maybe there's another operation in the same area, that will maybe give me the knowledge to tell, oh no, the last time what we did, there's an ongoing maybe investigation, so we should wait for some time.
So when you suspect that investigations are ongoing, you don't strike in the same area again.
No.
You have to wait.
Yeah.
And then strike again.
Yeah.
Now, so when you went back, you saw the man.
Yeah, I saw the man on bandage.
With bandage.
Yeah.
How would you have felt if he had died?
Actually, as I said, at first when I was doing all those things, even if I should have killed, I would not feel very pretty as it is now.
So you wouldn't have cared
Yeah.
if the man had died because you were under the influence of what kind of operation that nearly gave you up?
Operation we went on Bojiasi, Sweden.
Bojiasi in the central region.
Central region, yeah.
What kind of operation was that?
It was these phone shops and also. So we just went on the operation. We succeeded everything. We were just coming and.
When you say you succeeded, what do you mean by that? You had a lot of money,
had everything
mobile phones,
in the shop, everything. Yeah. So as we were coming, we met a police barrier. We have a driver too. So
driver? Where from the driver? Is he a taxi driver?
No, we have one taxi driver and we have our own boss's driver.
Okay,
so at times, even if we go on an operation and we have everything that we want, we just call them and they will come for us wherever we are.
Wow.
So we just met this barrier and they started to search us. And as to every time we are on operation, we have a uniform, a school uniform on us.
School uniform?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So every time, after we are finished, we will change back into a uniform position.
To deceive the
police.
Security
So if you say, what is in that bag? We have buy these biscuits and all sorts of things.
You buy biscuits?
Yeah.
So you have school bags also?
Yeah, we have school bags, everything. So maybe if we have packed the things in maybe these Ephira bags, and we will pack the biscuit on top.
But then usually you do the operations at dawn.
Dawn, yeah.
So why what would the police think? Going to school at dawn?
Yeah. Maybe they will
Would
ask.
they believe you?
Yeah, they do believe. They do believe. Maybe our parents did not come on time, so we are also at the boarding house. We are now going, and they will just open.
Is it a secondary school uniform?
Secondary school uniform.
Is it that of a particular school?
Yeah. We have many uniforms. We have Ashasek, we have Koteku, and also
security tip for the security agencies. Our brother has gone through. Our brother has seen it all, and then he has decided to tell it all. He thinks that he cannot continue in that line of action. So for those of us listening, for the security agencies, not only for the security agencies, but for the public at large, these are some of the things that you will have to know. Let's continue with our brother. You were making a point. Now, so what happened? You said you were nearly caught.
As soon as they started searching the bag, they saw these laptops, phones, and said, where are you from with these things? So now you have to run helter-skelter for
you ran away?
Life. Yeah, so
and left the car?
Yeah. So as we started running, I just ran into a bush and I heard a gunshot. So as I just turned and I heard the scratch at my back.
So you do have that mark?
Yeah, I have that mark at my back. Yeah.
You have that mark?
Yeah.
What did you feel?
I really
scratched your back?
At that moment, because I was running for my life, I did not feel anything. But
was someone chasing you?
Because the police was chasing us in the bush.
No, when we were in the bush running,
yeah,
did you see the police?
No, but I'm hearing the footsteps, yeah, at my back.
So what happened? I'm interested in that. What happened on that fateful day?
That fateful
day.
Running. I was even tired, but how to even stop?
Did you plan hiding maybe somewhere?
No.
In the bush?
Because as I've heard the gunshot, the only thing I knew next, maybe they will start maybe shooting maybe anyhow. So
were you afraid of death?
Yeah, I was afraid of
Why
death.
were you afraid of death? Because you had this spiritual protection, had spiritual protection, you had weed to your rescue. There were instances where you have yourself stabbed someone. That person could die. Why were you running away from death?
As I went into the spiritual realm, as I told you, I was not afraid, but there was this uncle who told me if I've the medicine to maybe disappear, someone also have the medicine to catch. Since that day, I had the fear of death in me.
You had a fear of death?
Yeah, in me. The thing that I would like people to know is that maybe they shouldn't think this container breakings and all things, maybe maybe the older ones who have been doing it. It is the youth as I am who have been doing all sorts of things. Because at times, you even see a hole cutting on your container. No, maybe elder person or robber can pass there. It is the youth as we are. And at times too, the parents too, they should know the type of maybe friends their words make to maybe their homes. Because maybe your child will go home, maybe I say home, you go outside, bring in a friend, you will never know where he or she is from. But I just invite that friend to your house.
So what should the parents do?
They should verify the friends that maybe their words do bring at home.
The background of such children.
Because maybe such children serve as spies for you, but you may not know.
Serve as spies? How?
Yeah. You may not know that maybe this is a spy. He can even come to your place, look at around your room, your house, the things there, everything, or even your store. He will come, because he's my child's friend, then normal, everything is cool. He will even come there, watch around, this store, there's this thing, this, that.
We just go. Yeah. Do you regret all these? At times when you sit back, looking at your life in retrospect?
Yeah.
What makes you sad?
What makes me sad is that for the past years doing all those things, and even the monies that I get did not save me from maybe this issue that brought me here.
What did you use the money for?
Because the money is not maybe your hard work or maybe your sweat. So you can't use it maybe as a property. You'll be using it for maybe womanizing, going out, partying, all sort of things. And by the time you realize the money is gone, and you have to go in for another one.
Now, I forgot one thing. Prison life. How has it been like? You were out there doing your own thing. This is a prison officer. We are told that even if you have to move from one end to the other, an officer has to follow you. You have no freedom. Your freedom has virtually been taken away from you.
Yeah. You may not get it as you get it outside. Maybe outside, everywhere you like, you can go. Or anything you like, you can do it on your own. But here, per se, you're under a law and order. So you have to abide with it, whether you like it or not.
Have you regretted your actions?
Yeah, I've really regretted. All those maybe I could say I started life with, who are very respectful. They did not go into the life that I've been through. They have completed SHS and also. So if I do sit down and maybe think about those people, it really makes me sad.
Many people your age are out there. You are lucky, but they are out there doing the same thing and perhaps worse things. You have decided to become the face of salvation. I want you to advise the public.
I advise you, especially the youth, should be very obedient and don't be boastful of maybe what your family or your parents will have. You may do today, they will rescue you from maybe that issue, but maybe tomorrow you will not be rescued. I have done it, and maybe I have gotten 3 years, and maybe yours will be much than 3 years. Be focused, be determined on your life, and know how to plan your life too. Don't plan your life with bad friends, as I felt myself into. And there's a saying that if an opportunity is not coming your way, you have to try and create one yourself. Or where determination exists, nature cannot dismantle the plaster of success.